the coldest place on Earth. A frozen desert, hostile, barren, an entire continent almost untouched by humankind. But our world and our climate are changing, possibly faster than we know. The challenge is knowing how this change will affect us and the rest of the planet. We have to face this challenge head on, and we need data to better understand it. This is the most extreme place on our planet, and I'm going to walk across it. From the Antarctic coast to the South Pole, to do research, to break records, but most of all to show that we are capable of incredible things when we have a goal. My name is Parker Liautaud, and my journey is about to begin.
Now, there are many people who believe that climate change is an issue that is just too big a challenge for us to overcome. But we cannot be intimidated by the scale of the challenge. We must remember that success in the face of difficult circumstances depends on our ability to take one strong step forward at a time. And accordingly, 1 year from today, I will embark on a journey to attempt to walk to the South Pole.
Hi, I'm Parker. We're standing on top of the Willis Building in London on a beautiful summer day. We're here to do a photo shoot with Martin Hartley in the run-up to the expedition, and we're going to use some of these photos for the run-up and for the campaign, and I'm very excited to get started.
So the Willis Resilience Expedition is a world record attempt by Parker, a young 19-year-old teenager. Willis is delighted to support that expedition, that feat of human endurance and resilience, because it personifies everything that we represent as a business.
I think it's important to use this expedition as a mechanism to engage people in a better understanding of how the climate system works and the nature of the polar regions, and generally be better engaged in issues of climate, and hopefully through that transform people into active catalysts for progress on global warming. In any moment of adversity, you have a choice. And the choice is to handle it or to fall apart. So for me, resilience comes down to a 2-second decision. It's the decision to take one more step when you think you just can't anymore. It's the decision to do it right when you know it's going to be miserable, because that's what you're there to do. Or the decision to not let the pain break your mentality. It's just one more push at a time, one more surge. But here's the thing about resilience. That choice, that 2-second decision, you have to position yourself to be able to make the right decision. You have to willfully put yourself through the pain beforehand so that you know you can handle it when it matters. There's always a way forward, and for me it all comes down to resilience. You just have to be able to convince yourself that it would be worth it to do it all again if you had to.
Hello and welcome to Willis Resilience TV, the channel dedicated to bringing you every step of 19-year-old Parker Liautaud's expedition to the South Pole. In today's show, we'll give you a news update on Parker and polar guide Doug's coast to pole world record attempts. They're getting pretty close now, and everyone is getting pretty excited back here. And we ask an expert to analyse our team and give an insight into the psychology behind the Willis Resilience expedition. Also, we take a look at the greenest form of city transport, the bicycle. But is it the safest? And back in Antarctica, Paddy, our expedition cameraman, gives an insight into how he sends footage back and why sometimes it doesn't go to plan.
And then there's also the problems of sort of keeping the camera equipment working in quite a harsh environment. Once it gets down below about -20, cables start to freeze and stop working, and batteries don't last as long as they would normally.
So I hope you're well, wherever you are around the world watching us here on Willis Resilience TV on Thursday. We have good news again from Antarctica. It's day 14 of the race, and after another day of fine weather, Parker and Doug hit a major milestone yesterday. They now have less than 100 miles to go to reach their goal, the South Pole. They covered 16.7 miles yesterday and are pretty confident, it seems, they can keep that pace up as long as the weather holds. And it does look gorgeous there at the moment, doesn't it? If they can keep the pace up, it gives them a good chance of reaching the South Pole late on Christmas Eve after a total of 19 days trekking, skiing, which would be a phenomenal achievement given the original plan of 22 days to set the world record. Don't forget, you can keep checking the website for more information and updates. willisresilience.com is the address. You can follow Parker and Doug pretty much every step of the way. Now then, you're in a truck full of blokes in a whiteout all day. What do you think about?